Hi there and welcome back to the History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita. Today we're going to do a little rewind again. The day kind of got away from me and I did have some new things that were related to Tango and the Nights. We're going to kind of go back to 1987 a little bit. And some of the stuff that I had and wanted to get together for yet another video kind of got away from me today. So I thought I would just show you some of this stuff. It's kind of going to be a short video, unfortunately, but I hope you'll still enjoy it. And I'm really excited with some of the stuff I've got. Some of it you might have seen before. I'm not sure how I showed it, maybe in the first round. But anyway, the first thing I want to show you was a really nice, let's see, is this it here? We're going to start here. No, I'm lying. I was just kidding. We're going to start just with this really odd little page. This is a part of an interview. Tango on the Night, it ends here. Tango on the Night's shown there too. There's another part, but it was unfortunately on the back of this photo, and I had to Xerox it, and I don't know what happened to it. The cool thing is that this is its own kind of piece, so I can still find that. There's no photos or anything like that, but I could still attach it, find some more pictures from Tango on the Night, and put it together on another page. So it would be on the back of this one. Right now, there's nothing on this one. But what was really cool is this picture here, and I'm sure some of you have probably seen it before, and I couldn't wait to tell you about this because I know when I tell you, I know somebody very particular who's going to comment in the description, which is kind of funny. I can't remember where this picture is from. And somebody's going to remind me and tell me. And then going forward, I'll still bring it up again, picture similar to it, and be like, no, I don't remember where this is from. So you can't help me. There's no help for me. This picture came out around 1987, I want to say, possibly 86. And there are some pictures of Stevie with these blue contacts like that. And she's posing with her parents. But this particular photo was used in a book or something. It's a Polaroid. This is obviously a copy. But the picture was used in, like, it wasn't the cookbook with Stevie Nicks' 7-layer nacho dip, which I wish I could find that book because that was from 1987. There is a similar type of picture in one of the tour books. Maybe the Tango one and the collages. Maybe that's one with their parents, but somewhere else. It's somewhere else, and I can just never remember where it is. But someone was able to get, I guess somebody had the Polaroid and somebody put it out there, or a friend of mine had it. I'm not sure, but I was given this really nice copy. Unfortunately, I've had it for a long time. So you can see the papers kind of changing here, the ink, how it came out on, if that makes any sense. So I was kind of glad to get it in the book finally and underneath plastic because maybe that will help a little bit more. I can just see that the paper it was given on, it was given like before people were really like trading photos and didn't maybe have the best paper. So it's not, print, like computer printer paper, but it's still not the best. But I'm thrilled to have it. I'm grateful for any way that I had it. It kind of looks cool like that, to be honest with you. It's kind of almost kind of aging in sort of a way that kind of gives it a little bit more sparkle or kind of a little bit more a vibe to it, if I were to say. But that is a really cool picture. And like I said, 86, 87. So it's somewhere in there. This was just kind of a random one-off rogue picture in my collection that I had. This one also from a magazine, but obviously at the same time. So that was just a cool little mix right there. But one of the new things-ish that I had was this article. First of all, I had this article showing, or it was pasted, and it was never shown in my books because it was showing for 1990. But I took that for some reason from this picture, but this is actually 1987, and this article came out in 1987. So it can't be like the picture came out in 90 and they made the article in 87. So, but by her hair, it's a hard time for me to judge where she's at in these pictures. And the article was, I'll just read a very snippet for you, but it was a really crappy one. And this is written by somebody named Robert Hilburn for the Times pop music critic. Near the end of Fleetwood Mac's homecoming concert Sunday night at the Forum, fans in the front row held up a small handwritten sign that read, "We love you, and see you again tomorrow night." The band is doing a second show Monday night at the same arena. Sweet thoughts. Yeah, it would have been more meaningful if someone down front would have had the clear-headedness to send another message to the veteran group, rethink the show. And then he just goes on and on about it. Remember the old joke about the difference between an optimist and a pessimist? The Big Mac Brain Trust apparently took inventory after creative catalyst Lindsey Buckingham's recent decision to leave the band for a solo career and concluded that its glass was 1/3 empty rather than 2/3 full. And it just continues to go on. Now, there's a whole bunch of problems, and I don't want to say problems, but people were divided, as we are still right now, with the whole Fleetwood Mac, disbanding in '87. It's not like they hadn't disbanded 1,000 times before Buckingham Nicks, right? And choosing to bring in Billy Burnett and Rick Vito, which is so funny to me, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I love that lineup. I was super bummed that I was going to see Lindsay because it was my first concert. I love Rick Vito and I really like Billy Burnett, and I thought they brought a great sound. I would have been totally fine if they continued with that. But much like Fleetwood Mac, they all want to get together the original, the Rumors 5, which makes perfect sense. But I really like them. But bringing that in was also necessary because they just put out an album. So everybody who's really cutting them no slack, I can see maybe during the 88 Greatest Hits and 1990, if you want to give them a go. But they had to come up with a tour. I mean, that was the whole argument between Stevie and Lindsay, purportedly. So giving them a what for on their show, because it does go on to tear up Stevie, how she's sounding, the choice of bringing the two guys and stuff like that. It was a very unfair article. But the bigger point to this whole page is this really great, fabulous proof sheet by Neil Preston of John. And I think that this proof sheet, which I'm thrilled to have, I have Stevie, I have Mick, I have Lindsay, but I love them all. And this sums up to me, John. These 3 bottom pictures sums up, possibly these 6, sums up John's feel for photo shoots. John's not into it. John wants to go home. John wants to go on his boat, go home, cut a few, bass lines, add them to some tracks and go home. And it's priceless. I love John. I sure wish I, could meet him still one day. I don't know how much time I have, but this was this was a new arrival for me. This was a new addition to me. And I'm thrilled to have it. I love proof sheets from, anywhere, but from Tango on the Night. And then one of John is just fantastic. This was a really cool, I didn't put glue on it so it wouldn't stick to this, but this cool little Fleetwood Mac fan was given to me by a good friend, the article. And then this actually was a Xerox part of that article that I was telling you was this one here. This is one Xerox picture of what was on the back of John. So carrying on with the article, and then the next best thing is the article continues her going on with the nice solo shot of Rick Vito, pardon me. But then secondly, I have also this great proof sheet of Christine from Tango on the Night. Look at how beautiful. Ugh, I just love these. Neil Preston, original thing. That's the real wax on there and everything like that. So it's not a copy. It's kind of cool. You can kind of see how it's on there and such. It's pretty neat. Can you catch that on there? You could, I don't have any nails, or else I do a little line through it, but yeah, fabulous. Absolutely. These here are just, again, the bottom 6 in my opinion, but I think that this row is really beautiful here. In this koi look, I love it. So a really great addition, again, to my collection. I'm so grateful and so happy to have these. And then I had shown you guys that amazing sticker I got some time ago. I think I just might have shown you this in an odds and ends or new arrivals to my collection, but this is totally the perfect place to put it. Well, I have never seen that. I see lots of, clippings. I certainly haven't seen everything, but lots of clippings and lots of promo stuff that had come out for Tango on the Night. But I couldn't believe I had never seen that before. And it's a proper sticker. If you didn't see it the first time in my video, with the, the little hack mark and, new on Warner Brother and coming soon, I think it said, or release date or something like that is what that means in German, right? It's so cool. I absolutely love it. With some of the artwork and everything. It's just a really great piece to my collection, in my opinion. So carrying on, the last part of that article is here, this little clipping here, which tore, unfortunately. Taped to this picture. This is not part of the article. It was really unfortunate. There, something happened. And this was a part of the article up here in Japanese, a different article. Both this picture and this one, I'm sure, are not from, I think these are from 90. But the last part is something I believe I have shown you in the past, and this was a proof sheet of just 9 pictures, unfortunately, of just Christine and Rick. But again, I mean, I've had this for quite some time, but look at this, like them joking around and stuff like that. Are these not just the most priceless things you've ever seen? They are so freaking cute. And one has to wonder, are there proof sheets out there somewhere with Rick and Stevie or Billy and Stevie? I mean, these are fabulous. So yeah, so that was that one. This one, like I said, I've had this one a long time, and this one's a gift. Now, this one also could be 90, but I don't think so. If anything, it's going to be 88. If I'm wrong and I put it with 87, it is what it is, because I just put it here because I had these proof sheets. But to be honest with you, the earrings and everything that Chris is wearing, her hair is a little bit more subdued, but she's wearing the same earrings, and it could be, yeah, probably not the same coat, but to me, she looks the same. I do think these are the same time, but maybe these are 88. I don't think they're 90, but they could be 88. And then just the very last thing to close this out. I'm really sorry. Again, it's short. Like I said, the day just kind of crept up on me, but I had to cut this poor thing down. This thing used to be 11 by 14. And you can see a little bit of the wear still on here from the water damage. And then it bent down here and it was starting to kind of like curl. So I kind of put some like photo, really light on the back, photo glue, like tape, kind of like, and I put it on here real gently with some other pieces behind it. So if I needed to, I could still get it off. It's just so depressing. I had this in a frame forever. And again, if you go back and watch my Tango on the Night videos, the short story on this is that when I met Mick Fleetwood and had him, one of the times I met him and had him sign this, he wanted a copy of this picture. And I had scanned all the stuff that I'd bought a long time ago. And I told him that I have this scanned, like I can make you a copy. And he's like, well, I don't want a copy with my signature. I'm like, please just sign my picture. So jokingly. And I'd seen him several times and tried to get the picture to him, tried to get the picture to his management, was never able to. Now I don't even know if I have the scan. I probably do, but I tried, over and over to get this to them. But anyway, it's in my scrapbook now. It was under glass for ages, but unfortunately, it's no longer like that. So, but that will conclude this little trip back to Tango in the Night. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it's so short, but I hope you love those proof sheets. Those were really nice. I got all that great Stevie stuff from Mirage recently, but getting those things from Tango, my other favorite era, and having some really different things like having Christine and John pictures. Those are really neat when you get something, because we see so much of the band, or it's always Stevie stuff. I mean, it's, so dominant in Stevie Nicks photos, which is, I'm not complaining. That's not a bad thing. But I really feel blessed to get some of the rest of the band, because they're cool and you don't see them very often. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I do have some news coming up on Monday, stuff that I'm not 100% about, but I will know on Monday. So it's going to be a little bit of a change towards the end of April, but it's going to be really short. And but I'll have more information on that. And hopefully, well, who knows where I'll go next. I do have a couple more new things, so maybe I'll put those together, because it's been really fun showing you the new stuff. I've gotten quite a bit of new stuff. And when I say new, for me, it's, in the last 2 months, 2 or maybe 3 months. And but putting it all together, finding the other stuff that goes with it in the era, and re-showing you other stuff that I still have in the box and hadn't put together. It's kind of been fun. So hope you enjoyed it. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.